Good evening. Welcome back to Drawing with a Maniac. My name's Brian Toner, and I'm your Maniac for this evening. So, what we're going to do is, last time we started on this drawing, and this time we're going to get as far as we can in 20 minutes or so and see if we can finish it. Anyhow, this is, been pre-recorded, so if you had any suggestions on the last video and, I ignored them for this video, I apologize for that, but I haven't seen any of the comments yet because, again, this is pre-recorded. So anyhow, again, at the end, if you want to leave some comments, just let me know. And what we're going to do is, if you haven't seen the last episode, was that we're drawing kind of abstract shapes and drawings, and we're going to, hopefully have a nice looking picture by the time we get done with all this. So without any further delay, let's continue drawing. So last time I left off, we just finished off the feathers, and so now let's work on some other areas here. I think I'm just going to draw some interesting shapes like this. I always kind of like these S shapes. They are nice and flowing and smooth. You also have to forgive the paper, how it bends. I'm not yet used to all of those mechanics yet. But we'll get there. Alright. So here I'm just kind of drawing some nice abstract shapes. Fell off the paper a little bit. And now I think I'll continue on that trend, not falling off the paper. So right here, I think I see a little owl, kind of a totemist type owl coming out. One of these days, I think I'd like to draw one of my kind of people have kind of said it looks a lot like an Aztec type pattern. And I think what I'd like to do is one of these days actually draw one of those out here. The only problem about those drawings is that they're so complicated that one of those will take, a lot of episodes, probably 6 hours each. So I don't know if you want to sit through 6 hours of the same drawing. So in this case, what I'm doing are drawings that can be finished up within a few episodes. At least I hope so. A nice drawing like this without too much detail will only take me an hour or two. So, it depends on how much detail you're really throwing into these pages and how much care you're putting into them too. For me, I don't mind. I mean, I love putting extra details into these pictures. Because I think it really helps pull the drawings together a lot when you put extra details into it. So, but extra details means it's much harder for people to fill them in. And sometimes people get annoyed if your pictures are too detailed. Now, what I'm going to do is just draw some more abstract type shapes. And I kind of want a spirally type shape here. And now, let's maybe work on this a tiny bit. Just like that. End up closing that off a little bit. And then I'm just kind of following the whim of the paper, so to speak. I don't really necessarily have a plan in mind for any of these. So if you see me doing something and you're wondering what my motivation is, it's not really a motivation. It's just more or less, I feel like it's an interesting picture at the moment. And so I'm just adding some of that, detail into it. And so I'm adding a little bit of fin type stuff here. I don't really know what you would call them. Maybe they're petals, maybe they're like scales. They kind of look a lot like the flower petals I'm just kind of drawing in the air right now. I'm just kind of growing out of this whole structure here. And maybe I was kind of thinking about doing some on the other side, but I kind of feel like doing it right here. Maybe I'll throw some less symmetric ones in here. So you see, you can just do whatever. Doesn't matter. As long as you think it looks alright. And maybe if you don't think it looks alright, someone else will. So you can always show it off to your friends and you can ask them what they think of it. Friends are sometimes difficult if you don't trust that they're going to give you an honest opinion. I trust many of my friends to give me a good, solid, honest opinion. I don't think many people are trying to save my feelings. Alright. I'm just kind of drawing a little bit. I don't know if you can even see that from the angle I'm drawing at, but I'm just adding a few details here and there. Some interesting type of patterns and shapes. And you know what? I think I'm going to draw a few circles right in this area. And maybe another couple. And then I think, we're getting risky. Making some interesting patterns here and there. I don't know if you find them interesting. Let's see. Sometimes I also like to hide hidden messages and math and Morse code and other type of things in these drawings. I think they provide a lot of, fascinating features, so to speak. And I hope people will enjoy them when they stumble upon them, if they stumble upon them at all. Just lots of little Easter eggs for people to find. Our paper is getting a little bent here. I guess we can try to adjust this a tiny bit. And I just drew on my backdrop. Alright. So, let's see. We'll add a little more stuff down here. add just some lines and shapes. And that's kind of what I like. Just nice lines, nice shapes. I'm probably treading on dangerous water here for these. As I'm making it might be a little too detailed. It's going to be maybe a little hard to color in. It's really hard for me to tell what exactly to expect. I haven't done these large scale images before, so this is going to be a experiment for us both. And let's do something right there. And I like to add lines every once in a while to these shapes. Kind of gives them a almost three-dimensional look. And then I'll do the same thing to this one. And just like that. And one more. Why not? And sometimes these can be fun. A little too fun to draw, Now, why don't we start focusing in here on the bottom. And what we'll do is... I guess I'm drawing a spiral. And we're drawing another line. Looks like we could have something nice down there. Oops, we're going off the edge of the page. Don't be afraid of going off the edge of the page. I encourage it. Kind of gives the illusion that something else is happening off your paper, like that there's more to this than meets the eye. Some other things I really like to do when I'm doing these pictures is, morphings and having something look like it's changing, and those are always really kind of, interesting features you can stick into a paper like this. Maybe one of these days I'll draw something like that. There. Some kind of shape, almost egg-like. And we'll connect that there. So now, we're just going to take a few more lines in this area, I think. Maybe we'll make these spots. Just play around a little bit with any of these things. Sometimes you'll make features that you like, and sometimes you'll make ones that you dislike. But the best way to figure out what you like in one of these drawings is to actually sit down and draw it. And don't be worried about messing up your stuff. There's plenty of opportunities to, correct any happy accidents that you make. You can always transform things, so if you make something that looks completely awful, you can always transform it to look like it's something else. I mean, this is very abstract here, so there aren't really a lot of rules that you need to adhere to. And again, if you can't see this, I'm really sorry about that. We'll see. then I'm going to put a shape down here. I don't know if you can see it or not. And next, let's put a circle there, with a couple of things like that. And you might notice that's kind of a lobstery shape. And let's kind of hide it a little bit. I like to hide things in my picture. It's always fun. It makes it kind of like an Easter egg hunt for anyone who's drawing your pictures. You never know if people are going to come across them or not. But when they do, they always seem to get a kick out of it. So I think maybe they like it. And you're going to have to excuse my corner down here. It might be a little messy. It's very difficult to draw down on the surface like this. Okay, so I'm just going to, I don't think you can see it at this point in time, but finish off this area down here. I'm going to put some shapes inside of some other shapes. Oh, look, we got a crown. Sometimes I'll be drawing and we'll get a nice little crown-like shape, and I always like them. There we go. And just like that. And I'm gonna do something like this. So now we've got this nice corner taken care of here. And we're quickly running out of time, so I'm going to, I guess, wrap up my video now then. So, again, thanks for joining me here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and again, if you have any comments, anything that you disliked about these videos, just let me know. The next video, again, is going to be pre-recorded, so I'll be probably doing one whole drawing at a time if I can help it. So that's why I am also wearing the same clothes as last time. So again, if you have any comments or suggestions, let me know. And take care, and I guess I will see you later. Bye.